What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the very first episode of CP Custom's Budget Builds. If you want to know what this channel is all about, stay tuned. So, my name is Patrick, I'm meanwhile 28 years old, born and raised in Munich, Germany, and yeah, that's also the location here. Welcome to my little workshop, and you're probably wondering why you joined this channel, and I'm going to explain it in a quick version to you what this channel is all about. So, ladies and gentlemen, I try to explain that in a very short way. I have a passion. And maybe you share the same passion as me, and that passion is called motorcycles. Bikes, bikes, bikes. I am totally into bikes, not only driving them, I even like to build them, not from beginning, not from scratch. I like to buy old, dirty looking, rusty bikes and customize them into something cool and unique. And that's basically what this channel is all about. I did a couple of projects before which I didn't record, and now it is the time to unveil the very first project bike of CP Custom's Budget Build, and I'm going to show you the process of how to customize a bike in a DIY way from the beginning to the end. Yeah, and what's the reason behind this? It's quite simple. It is just for fun. This is nothing I really earn money with or I do with a living. This is something I do in my spare time, and I just wanted to share with you my projects, my DIY thing. Maybe you can take this as an inspiration for your own projects. And before we start to get into details, I just want to clarify a couple of things. The first thing is the bike I'm talking about, or I'm going to unveil, is standing right here. And today it is not actually day one of the build. We are in a time lapse right now. We are a couple of months later. But you are going to jump later on to day one, where I started with the build. And I can promise you it's worth watching the episodes, because this bike, on how it is right now, it is not done yet. It is about 80% done. It is amazing. So if you're interested in projects like this, customizing bikes and everything what is familiar with it, please consider subscribing this channel and make sure you're not gonna miss the next episodes. Before we start to talk about the details, I just want to show you my old project, so the project before this project, just to give you a quick overview and a quick look around about how a finished bike can look like. So, and another thing is, as you know, I don't do this for a living, so I am not a professional two-wheel mechanic. So if you step over a process I did, which is maybe not the correct way or 100% the best way, just be aware of that I'm still learning, and I try to give my best. The second thing is, as you also know, I am born and raised in Munich, Germany, and that's why English is not my native language. So please be gentle about my English skills. Maybe I run into some grammatical problems or I don't know some words, I apologize for that already. I know it's gonna happen quite often, so just be aware of that. And so that's the story behind it. And now let's take a look at the bikes. Let's go. And here you can see my Honda VT600 Shadow. As you can see, I have done a couple of things to make this look kind of how it looks right now, to customize it to my personal wishes. As you may have recognized, I have powder coated wheels in candy red with new tires. We have new lights, headlight, as well as all other lights changed to LED, a new handlebar, new exhaust system, wrapped in matte black, new heck fender design, and a couple of small things as well. So overall, a pretty project in my opinion. Not too wild. Maybe I'm going to explain that to you in an extra video, but I don't want to spend too much time on this bike right now. I want to talk about the new bike, and therefore you're going to jump to the very first day of the new build, so enjoy. BMW K100 RS, completely stock from 1983. A couple of miles on it, but not a big deal for that engine. And as you can see, really old, but in a good shape. I can work with that pretty good. I have a lot of things to do, but a good basic to start with. So in fact that this bike in stock form is really ugly in my opinion, I want to change a lot of things. This will be a cafe racer project and I'm gonna customize this bike into a really cool bike which is gonna look awesome. So for that procedure, or the very first step I always do with bikes like this, I strip this thing down. Strip this completely down, so all covers, all things we do not need after that we have to remove. And this is gonna be the first step. Take your time and mark your stuff, make pictures, all things that help you to get this thing back together. And stop talking, now let's get to work, get this thing on the jack and start removing parts. Let's go!
The boy from the boogie, don't know me, they lookin'. I be in the clouds, pool full of Henny, I drink and I drown. Daytime better come correct. Ain't playing at your best, then you will get left. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept.
Alright guys, quick update how far we have come, and as you can see the big boy, the front panel, is gone. Yeah, a lot of screws to remove, but not that difficult. Yeah, take your time, step by step, and you're gonna remove part by part. And now you can guess a little bit or imagine a little bit better this coffee racer look. You see it from the side, it's without the big panels, and yeah, I like it. And now the thinking process begins. Yeah, I still have to remove this bracket here. Signal horns, remember where the wires are, they will go. Cement cluster is still mounted here. Check it out if I can remove it. I definitely need a wiring diagram of this bike. So I'm gonna change the position of the handlebars. So the handlebars will go up from here down to that position here to create that typical cafe racer look. Okay, so that's the plan for now. Let's get back to work. All right, check this out. We started yesterday with removing some parts, and the next day it looks like this. Yeah, this went very well. The front area, not as easy as the back area, but still possible for anybody. Even if this looks wild now and messy, this is really not a big deal. Just a few wires. We will have some huge modifications in this front area. Yeah, put the front section also down. We have to get new tires, also get the rims powder coated, and yeah, that's it. I removed the tank as well, so we have now all the space we need. This was the last big step here for this day, and yeah, as we can see now the wiring, the harness, everything what is later interesting for us. We have here like a fuse, not a fuse box, but a safety box with all the relays. This was the easy part. I mean, removing parts is not that easy, it's not that difficult. It is pretty easy. The art is to get this all back together and make it nice and cool and look and functionable. So the difficult part is still waiting for us. So guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching the very first episode of CP Customs. I really appreciate it. And if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. If you want to know how the story continues, yeah, make sure you're not gonna miss the next episodes. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of work, and a lot of cool things I'm going to add on this bike. So make sure you're not gonna miss this. Stay tuned.
Make the ground shake.